Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Coaster, and today I'd like to share a little something with you, a little trick to help keep your seam lines straight on your fabric. Today, I'll be demonstrating with these two pieces of faux fur here. This one is the 1.5 inch length. This one is a bit shorter, and I want to show you how you can quite easily, with this simple trick, keep your thread dead centered on your line without it wandering too close to the edge or too close to the middle. Alright, so first thing is go ahead and get your fabric, go ahead and get your pattern with the line drawn and your crosshatch lines here that are going to match up, and go ahead and match up your fabric. Match that up, make sure that it's going the way you want it to, and then you're going to pin it. You can use either wonder clips, these are quite popular and very handy, or you can even use regular pins. These work just fine, and this will help you get your pattern piece together. So let's go ahead and get this pinned, and we'll move on to the next step. Alrighty then, so once you have your fabric pinned, I'm going to go ahead and lay it to the side that you're going to be sewing through. It does not technically matter which side you have your wonder clips facing, as long as they are locked in place. And you can actually go a bit further than the setting says here, because more grip actually does help keep the fabric in place a bit better. So go ahead over to your machine and set it to the appropriate setting that you desire. I'm going to use the straight stitch on a 3.5 setting with a neutral center facing on my needle. I mean, very center facing. I am using a ballpoint pen on my needle, ballpoint needle rather, and the measurement for this stitch is going to be 1/4 inch. And just to make sure that my stitching is exactly 1/4 inch, I'm going to be following this line here, the line that I drew, but I'm also going to be measuring up against the edge of my presser foot, because this is 1/4 inch. From the center of your needle to the edge of your presser foot is 1/4 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Starting off with this, you can get your fabric in there. Now this works on all fabrics, this technique. And how that works is you're going to go ahead and start. I'm actually going to add one more wonder clip just for a minute just to get this started. You're actually going to remove your first wonder clip and slide very carefully under the presser foot. There we go. Just make sure that's in there nice and tight. And you're actually going to bring your needle in slightly. I will adjust the brightness so you can see this a bit better. There we go. Hopefully that helps. And you're going to go ahead and bring that in. If your machine does not have a manual function, which most machines do, you can just tap the presser foot once or twice. And bring it one more time. And once more. And what that is going to do is going to bring your needle in to your stitch line that you're going to be stitching. Kind of brings it in from the edge. As I find that bringing it in from this direction can actually cause your thread to be, cause the fabric to shift. And especially for fur, something like this technique works best for that. So once you have that part in there, go ahead and grab the fabric like so and get it into position. I'm going to put this angle here, so hopefully it gets a better shot, better look. So I don't want to block the camera. Okay, there we go. Much better. Okay. Delicious. Very good. Okay, so the trick, how do you get your line to go nice and dead center on the line that you drew? Like you see a lot of these people sewing, and they're just stitch, 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 and it's like perfect every time. And you're just like, why can't I stitch like that? Or maybe you're just having issues keeping your thread from getting too close to the edge, or your fabric from shifting, or it's straight on top and it's not straight on the bottom. This is how you do it. This little trick here is how I do it and how you can do it too. Every time that you are breathing, your hands will have a slight vibration to them, and that is because of the pulse. Every time you take a breath, it creates a stronger pulse, which causes your hands to vibrate slightly, which causes the transition of energy to go into your fabric. So how you minimize that is you go ahead and just take your breath like you normally do. And then you hold your breath. Believe it or not, you hold your breath, and then you sew your stitching. When the time comes that you feel it's time to take a breath, take your foot off the presser foot and stop sewing for that second. Take it another breath and go ahead, hold it, and start stitching again. You can breathe normally. This is nothing crazy. You have to do just normal breathing. But by holding your breath, it steadies your hand. And by steadying your hand, it's going to steady your fabric and steady your thread, steady your needle. So let's go ahead and start this. So I'm already lined up to the edge. Drop your presser foot. Remove your first wonder clip. That's technically our second one, but it is coming along. Oops, easy. Right, and sewing that 1/4 inch stitch. Okay, and so what you also do when you are working with this is you're going to hold down the point where your thread is going to be going on that line with your finger. In the very center of it, that's going to keep the pressure even, and you remove your finger. You remove your wonder clip, excuse me. Take your breath and hold it and sew. And remove your next clip. Exhale, take your breath and sew. Okay. Move your next clip. And sew. And when you get to your end, go ahead and lock your stitch down. You can do that with the reverse lock stitch on your machine if you have that. If you don't, you can take your fabric and lift up your presser foot like so and turn it the other direction. Turn the other direction and sew in reverse. That is another way you can do it. For this machine, I'm going to go ahead and continue with the automatic stitch foot because it gives me a nice tight finish to my seam. And hit the button. The machine I'm using is the Singer Patchwork. It comes with several different features and works really great for different settings like zigzags and other things, but we're doing straight stitch, so that. Bring it back in focus for you. I like to hit it twice. It gives me a stronger lock on my stitch. Alright, and go ahead and slide your fabric out. And you go ahead, if you have some scissors, and snip that. If your machine has a little fabric catch on the side, you can use that. Snip that. Okay, let's take a look and see how the fabric turned out. Alrighty then, so here is the finished result, and I have to say, it definitely turned out pretty nice for what it's worth. Definitely nice and true on that line, nice and true on that line that we drew. And there's the part where we started off, where I brought the fabric in from the side. And you can see that. Nice and straight on that line, which is fantastic. And that's where we finished off the stitch and did the back stitching. So yeah, just by holding your breath, believe me, it does work. Try it for yourself and let me know in the comments below if this little sewing trick works for you, if it works for you. And let me know also what other things you would like to see on this channel of any sewing tips or tricks. If you'd like to know something, let me know. I'll include that in one of my upcoming videos. Also, thank you so much for watching this video, and if it helped anyone, just let me know, and don't forget to like the video. Please like the video, it helps the channel a lot, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and hit the little bell notification icon so you can get notified of the latest uploads on the channel. Never miss a single upload. So thank you so much everyone for watching. Have a great day, be safe, and see you later. I'll see you next time. Bye.